Hey chat, how's it going? Welcome to Dom and Harrison play MGS1 Part 2. Before we do our usual chat hellos, let's say hello to our very special guest. Hello, Harrison, aka Mustard Oligarch, aka Harrison.
I was gonna say, who's the special guest you're talking about, eh? Who's the special guest? How you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, very, very excited to continue playing Metal Gear Solid with you.
Me too. I can't wait. Perhaps to finish the game today, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let me switch over to the game, and before I do, I should say, just as last time, this game is rated 17 plus by the ESRB and 16 by PEGI. It is intended for mature audiences, and it will tackle some more mature themes than we usually do on the channel, and not always in the most sensitive ways. So just bear all of those things in mind before we get started. And let's say some hellos as well. I see Daigo. I see Mercury. And I did see Mr. O a little bit ago. Welcome. I'm in the VR mode just because I wanted to play this nice music. But let's back out of here.
I just realised something.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on disc 2 at this point? Like, is this the second disc that we've got loaded in?
This should be, yes. We'll have a look in a second to make sure it is the correct one.
Okay. Because if that's true, that means that when they made MGS1, they duplicated the VR missions so that you could play them on either disc 1 or disc 2. That's wild. That's really cool.
Wow. I never really considered that. Ooh, we should definitely read the chat log here.
Excellent call. Excellent call. Go do a heckin' little recap.
All right, here we go. So these mission logs appear periodically through the game. So if you were to play the game in multiple sittings, you save at the end of your session, you come back to it the next day, for example, when you boot up your save, there will be a unique mission log that pops up that you can read through that recaps the story up to that point. So we obviously are continuing on from our first playthrough, and we're now on the second disc, so we have a unique start of second disc mission log. I'll do this first page. Do you want to take over the second one?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Stop the launch of the new type of nuclear warhead. Snake must use the detonation code emergency override key at the underground maintenance base up north. Or destroy... It's the base up north! Or destroy the Metal Gear shelf. Snake fights Liquid's Hind D on the roof of the communication tower B and defeats it, and gets to the snowfield north of Communications Tower B. Kind of weirdly worded, but okay.
Yeah, very much so. However, Sniper Wolf is waiting for him. After beating her again, Sonic and Arctic...
What?!
It's the most ambitious crossover of all time!
Move aside, Smash Bros!
The Sonic comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Whoa, Snake, you're too slow. I've already beaten Sniper Wolf."
That takes care of the cremation!
Oh, Konami.
Fantastic start.
We're up to a powerful one. Sonic and Otacon stay with her until her moment of death. Snake successfully goes through the entrance to the underground maintenance base north of the snowfield and heads for the lower level to get to the Metal Gear underground maintenance base. Excellent.
Very nice. Okay, nice little recap there. So Sonic the Hedgehog and the Otaku Convention, something, Sniper Wolf, got it.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yeah. Do we want to do a brief full story recap?
I suppose if you can give us a sort of TLDR of what's happened so far. You may lose vision of the game for a moment, because I just got to check our audio levels.
Yeah, that's okay. So, just as a brief summary, Snake is sent into a supposed nuclear warhead disposal facility with the purpose of extracting the DARPA chief and the president of the Arms Tech Corporation. That's why he sent him. However, it quickly becomes apparent after both of these people suddenly die in Snake's presence that things are bad. This actually isn't a nuclear warhead disposal facility. It's a privately owned, so a civilian base made for the purpose of testing a new nuclear weapon platform. A bipedal nuclear battle tank called Metal Gear Rex. And that's bad, because these terrorists who have taken over this base are threatening to fire a nuclear weapon somewhere. Unless they receive the remains of Big Boss. Big Boss, it was revealed after a heart-to-heart moment between Snake and his support team, is actually Snake's dad. And not only is he Snake's dad, but Snake killed him. He killed him personally.
Sorry.
Oh, Dom. So after some exciting boss fights and some sneaking around and blowing up tanks, we arrived here at the entrance to the underground maintenance base to go and try and either deactivate Metal Gear or to blow it up.
I wonder which one we'll have to do.
I wonder.
So, thank you very much. That was a great summary. I think Daigo was asking for one, so hopefully Daigo is a little bit more up to date. If you may remember from last time, the end of last time, we fought Sniper Wolf. We were in the snowfield. We moved into this corridor. We got the game screen that says "Game over." Wait, not really. Disc 2, and we walked down these stairs. So we are now on Disc 2. Daigo was also asking if our progress carries over to Disc 2. Absolutely. This is a very sort of story-based game, so...
We had no problems at all getting the disc to switch.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was smooth and good. And definitely didn't require me to play quite a lot of Metal Gear that I wasn't expecting to play to get us back to this point.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that before we get big into the stream? Or...
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of talk as we go along, I think, without getting too much in the weeds about it. Hello. We are obviously running this on an emulator, and I had to do some funky stuff to get this to capture properly for OBS and also be streamable to Harrison, and it requires me to run a particular version of the emulator that doesn't support a UI, as in to save and load things. So when we got to the disk swap, I was like, hey, cool, that's good. We saved it and it has a save state and everything, but there's a specific game swap or disk swap command that is not accessible from the no UI version. And then I had to do a whole thing where I changed the memory card formatting and blah, 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 blah. I had to play from the torture sequence twice over to get us back here. But here we are, and I'm very, very glad to be here.
The real torture sequence was getting back to this point.
You're pretty tough.
You're pretty tough. Just what I expect from someone with the same name as the dog.
Okay. Oh, Harry, please tell everybody about this wonderful crane here as I move through this section.
So, this is the final boss of the game. This little metal crane over this giant, boundary is the real final boss of the game.
And what do you mean by that?
What I mean by this is that basically every time we've played this game together, this freaking crane has knocked us both off. We've both taken cracks at it, knocked us down into the lava, causing many a game over, far more so than the actual boss at the end of the game. We've had many difficulties with it.
Yes. And I'm really hoping to continue my streak from the first stream, which is first timing every single boss.
Yeah, first try, first try, first try!
First try!
Yeah!
So basically, if you do not crouch at the right time, that thing will come back and knock you off. It's an instant death. It shouldn't be hard, but it's incredibly hard because we're bad at video games.
If I remember, even if you just walk into it,
Yes,
it
if you
knocks
touch
off.
it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's like basically got like a kill box that's just around it.
I'm gonna ration up, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So my memory of this section is a little bit flaky, so if I miss anything, give us a shout.
That's okay. I think you're actually pretty good. You're pretty good. There's a little area underneath it. Something that we touched on last time we played was the fact that there's sometimes second chances to get bits of gear. If you hadn't have picked up the body armor in the like the gas room in the warhead disposal facility, you would have.
Excuse me. I don't think I've ever died there. Have you? I mean, we always get defeated by the final boss, but
no, never just been like knocked off the.
Daigo says Crane just got his revenge.
Crane's revenge.
Sorry,
incredible.
my oh, come on. Oh, this is a dead end. This is not going to work out.
Get the stungy. Wait.
Excuse me. What has happened? Also, that lava looks so good.
Yeah, that's some good.
That molten metal.
Forbidden soda. Forbidden hot chocolate. You got this. Do you want to like waste him from range with the Sokon?
I'll just give him the slip.
Okay. Sneaky peeky.
You've heard of CO2, now get ready for CO3.
Whoa!
The next generation.
New element just dropped.
It's fine. It's good. It's fine and good. Okay, it's a great. I forgot.
It's great. It's great.
This is all going great.
Great.
Just a box.
Just a box. Chalk him out.
But I can't because it's the great.
Yep.
Man, get out of my way.
What was I gonna say? What was I saying before?
Second chances to grab stuff, so the body armor would be in the room that I died near, basically, right?
Yeah. So there's second chances to pick up different bits of gear. If you missed the body armor earlier on in the game, there's actually a second chance to pick it up here. The body armor is a really, really useful bit of kit. If you are playing the game for your first time, it's almost definitely a useful bit of equipment to pick up.
Yes. Daigo asks, wait, how did you get a box? Go ahead.
So there's a couple different points in the game where you can pick up boxes. And boxes are really useful. They are basically portable cover that you can hide behind. But if you're trying to hide in an alert phase, it won't help you. Like if they see like just a box that isn't normally there, they will tip the box over and discover you, and you'll be like super vulnerable. But you can pick a couple up during the game, and there's a really cool thing involved with them where you can. So throughout the game, there's like some trucks. Throughout the game, they have some loot in them. If you're in a box and you just sit in the box, eventually a dude will like come along and be like, "Oh, is this all there is to like transport around? Oh, I guess I'll just have to." So it's a way of fast traveling in the game, in world. So you don't have like a fast travel menu or anything like that. You just get in a box, get in the back of a truck, and pretend to be like cargo. Yeah, it's so cool.
First try again.
Yeah, first try. First time we've been here. First time we've been here.
We'll just cut it out of the live stream again. It's fine.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
You can do that again, right? Worked perfectly last time.
Yeah, that's how. The actual video we got of it's a cut up video.
I don't think this is great here, is it? As in.
Oh, but it's Johnny. It's Johnny. He's got to flip him over.
No, this isn't Johnny, is it?
I don't know. No.
We'll point out Johnny when we get to him.
Yeah. Oh no, it definitely isn't Johnny.
Yeah. So is there anything here for me to get? Because this is where the bomber would be, right?
I like some grenades, but that's it, I think. PSG1.
Okay.
I love a steam room, but this is ridiculous.
Snake, there's no time for hanging out in the sauna.
You've got to blow up Metal Gear, Snake.
All right. I really kind of am coming to each of these rooms a little bit fresh.
Yeah.
Despite playing this basically on a yearly basis, as we said last time, we are in the section of the game that all gets a bit foggy for me. Although this is a very memorable room.
Yes. Do you want to maybe call the SWAT team, see if they have any sage wisdom?
Good suggestion. Yeah. Give it a call.
Yeah, we could call like Campbell.
Okay.
We could call Master Miller. We could call
Campbell first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daigo, the steam would damage you.
Straight down. Better move it. There's no time. The terrorists are ready to launch.
Negotiations are all finished,
The government can't cave into terrorist demands.
but they're threatening to launch a nuclear weapon.
They've made their final decision.
Why is the White House being so inflexible? Colonel, is there still something you're hiding from me?
Snake, please. Just concentrate on stopping them, okay?
Nice. So same as last time, we'll keep relatively quiet during the cutscenes for the folks at home. Did you say Master?
Yeah, let's try calling Master Miller.
Master, you and I, we're nothing more than dogs, are we?
That's not like you, Snake. Don't let what Sniper Wolf said bother you. Listen, there's not a soldier alive that doesn't question himself. And if there is one, he's nothing more than a murderer. But someone like Wolf, a soldier who's looking for nothing more than their own death, is no good to anyone either. Once she started to look for death, it was all over. That's how you'll end up too, Snake.
Okay.
And who else?
Let's try Nastasha.
Okay.
Let's see what she has to say.
Second Nastasha call of the playthrough.
Of the entire run.
Also, before I click through here, yeah, Daigo, for the last, I don't know how many years, Harrison and I have played through Metal Gear. I mean, we both played it, I think, multiple times individually, but then pretty much play through it every year together.
Yeah, it's usually about this time of year as well. Like, it'll just be like, whenever both of us have like a weekend available, we'll be like, oh, let's play Metal Gear or something like that.
It was a kind of it was a Christmas holidays tradition for a bit, right? I think there was a sort of just kind of timings would work out that it would often be around there, I think. But New Year, yeah, is definitely also kind of become the
very
time.
much so.
All right, let's speak to Nastasha. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say like, while I'll say after.
Okay, yeah. Hold that thought.
It will lower the damage you take from gunfire. It is designed to prevent bullets from penetrating, but you will still feel the impact from the bullets. Don't rely on it too much.
So yeah, that's an example of Nastasha doing a kind of context-sensitive dialogue for when you speak to her, because she is the weapons expert, and we're wearing the body armor now. So she gave us a little description about that.
It's very cool.
All right. What were you gonna say?
Let's take this elevator down. Yeah, I was gonna say while we do basically play Metal Gear Solid once per year, we'll often tend to play some other Kojima game as well. Yeah, so it'll either be like MGS 2 or 3 or 4, something like that. We've also recently played Snatcher, and we're about, I'd say, like a third of the way through Police Notes, something like that.
Yeah, my first time properly playing through Police Notes.
Likewise, yeah. Also, I love these guys just be like, I'm just gonna jump down on these,
Yeah, the
like,
dude's
stuff.
the dude's voice line as he jumped down was incredible. He was like, "Hurrah!
We're gonna get you! Yeah!
All right, so got a few dudes to take out here. Another elevator ambush.
Yeah, that's true. Good thing they dropped a bunch of fan mats out. Wrecked. Nicely done. First try.
Thank you. That was an easy one.
Easy peasy. Oh yeah, another thing that I was meaning to say in the recap. We've been given a means of stopping Metal Gear from launching. We've been given a security key card. Now, we've been told that there's actually 3 cards that we're going to need to stop the launch of Metal Gear entirely. We've only got one of them, so at some point we're going to need to find the other 2 keys. But we haven't. So
I didn't realize there was mines here. Oh, I can't use mine D.
Oh!
Thermals, right?
Yeah, thermals are for them. The tradition of Dom stepping on landmines lives on.
You thought those would be over in disc 2? Wrong.
No. Ah, incredible.
There was some ammo up there. Get some thermal vision as we go down here.
It's a good effect as well. Like,
yeah,
I
it
really
still
love
holds
how
up.
the empties there.
Oh,
Gross.
weird.
Why are there so many crows down here? Silly crows, you belong outside! Do you want to ration and bomb her up?
Yeah, good shout.
Oh yeah, I'm full of those.
Stungy.
I didn't know the crows reacted to the stunchies. That's
They
really
do.
Cool. Very
Snake, I've got something to tell you about Naomi Hunter.
Oh.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI.
Yeah?
And then going undercover to investigate the mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied.
She might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah?
Well, back then there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York.
But
you better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja? Too many strange things are happening.
are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
Ooh, okay.
some big reveals right there. So it's looking like Naomi is hiding something from us. That's suspect. She's a real sussy backer.
Dahlia asks if we've seen Gumby's landmine compilation. It uses footage from the last Metal Gear Solid stream.
So good. It's so good. It's exactly everything that I dreamed of. It's genuinely excellent. It's really, really good.
I hope it's not the last we see from Gumby.
No,
Metal Gear stuff. Kinda sus, Mercury, I agree.
Pretty sus. It's such a weird thing to lie about. Like, I don't... What is her angle?
Alright, let's move through.
Brawlers.
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends?
Yeah.
Listen, they agree. Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle.
I mean, it's a tank, bro.
Like, and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating?
I mean, you have been eating a lot of old canned food.
I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics?
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
see
Harrison.
if there's iron in your
Can't wait for an ear pulling contest. Oh wait, it's a boss fight!
Oh!
This...
It's a tough one.
Yeah, this is a hard one, isn't it?
Bomb it! Bomb it!
Thank you.
Ah!
You can't be making noises already. Nothing's even happened yet.
I know, sorry.
What's the strat here? Stunning him? Oh,
His gun's much bigger than yours, Dom. I think you can sting at him. You can.
You can claymore, can't you?
Oh yeah.
That's the strat.
Dom has become one with the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the boss that you can use claymores on. Yeah, good call. Good call.
I always forget, and I'm always looking through, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't normally use claymores for anything. So we are gonna turn on our.
MGs?
Or can we use our Mindy here?
Mindy.
Yeah. There we go.
Good call. Yeah.
So basically, what I want to do is block his path. Daigo says, these cutscenes, man, they're incredible but so strange at the same time. That is exactly the Hideo Kojima formula, I think.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, the most incredible thing you've seen in video games, but also like so dumb in so many ways.
Totally. There's a really... I just remembered something about that cutscene. There's actually a difference that can happen with it.
Oh yeah.
If you take out your sniper rifle and shoot at the ravens on the elevator ride down,
Yes.
Raven is very upset with you.
Yeah, he's
like,
not best
You
pleased.
killed. He's like, you killed my friend. Now I'm going to kill you.
Alright, our old friend, the Nikita.
Oh,
I'm trying to draw him over here. There we go. Massive damage.
huge damage. Massive damage.
I
Oh, no!
might use a ration. I know it's a little bit early, but because I don't have the bomber on.
No, that's a good call. Oh, grenades! Good call.
Yeah, I forgot that's the other thing. He's a real explosion boss.
I just think it's so cool that this game, with all of its like tactical espionage
Oh
action,
no, this isn't gonna go well.
all the tactical espionage action going on, that there is still just a really big dude with a minigun.
Yeah,
Oh!
that's a funky looking screen.
Every game is made better with some big dude with a minigun.
So I do only have 3 more claymores, so I better make good use of them here.
You got this.
See if we can.
Stinger him? Oh, Nikita time.
So I think the trick is you need to go down a lane that he isn't looking. There we go.
Good hit. Big hit. Big hit. Once again, another boss being cheesed with the Nikita
Yeah.
missile. Well, that's good.
Where is he
Easy
now?
game.
So we've managed to make a kind of perimeter.
I think he just stepped on a landmine. Yeah.
He didn't take any damage though, right?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Good
Nice.
hit. Good hit. Good hit.
Yeah, all the landmines are in place. I heard an item drop, but I don't know what it was.
I think so. He can, when he's running around, he can knock the crates.
That's the
And he
one,
can
yeah.
and he can cause items to fall off. Like he can like dynamically damage the stage. So all these like loose crates, he can just like knock them over and like really restrict the arena. Oh no!
Hopefully that will yeah, bring him over here. Nice.
Yeah.
And if I can get one more down
Good call.
and replace the one that I lost.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the sound of him just like running around is so excellent. Oh jeez!
Oh, he's really hunting me down now. Oh, I've got a bit of a dead end here. I need to sneak in this way.
Down it.
No! Oh, I'm super stuck again. Okay, ration time. Frozen!
No!
I'll
think
bomb
he's
her
like-
and then.
Yeah.
What is the trick? You hold it out, right?
Yeah, you have to have to move.
Okay, I need to.
Oh, you're so dead.
I'm good. Alright, so rations can get frozen.
Oh, one more hit. One more big hit will do it.
Rations can get frozen too from Disney Pixar. And holding them will defrost them, thaw them.
Yeah.
There we go. Whew. Alright, I'm taking
Excellent.
2. I'm not going to risk it. Let's get the mine detector back out.
Good call. Good call.
Okay, so we've got one more landmine here. Please. There we go.
What a
Woo!
sucker. Live by the mines, die by the mines.
That's it. You thought I was just randomly stepping on mines, but I was learning them. I was learning the intricacies of the mines so I could use them against my foes.
You were born to the mines, molded by them.
But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you. Understand? Snake, take this security card. It will open that door.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss. You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
There's a lot of people who've died before Snake.
What is it?
Looks like which one?
Yeah. Heart attack or something, huh? It's a shame that,
It was not the DARPA chief.
What?
It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself. But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death.
Hmm?
But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself.
You must pay 99p to unlock the next game hint.
In the natural world, there's no such thing as boundless slaughter. There's always an end.
He's getting ripped apart by the crows.
Different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
But I like peas. They're tasty. They're little green vegetables.
You will see no peace.
Only sweet corn.
Oh no.
Snake, it's me.
Master.
Hey.
It's about Naomi. Turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi? Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap.
What is she, 6 years old?
Yeah.
Maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah.
Having a
Go on,
little
Master.
bit of nap time.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
Uh-oh.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent
Not
to
in my
sabotage
tactical
this
espionage
operation.
action game.
Are you saying she's
Get
with
that
the
out of here.
terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest.
What?
A weird name for a group.
She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
Wow.
Oh.
So, Colonel Campbell has been hiding something from us this whole time. We have no idea what that is. But Master Miller is blowing this case wide open.
Yeah.
Naomi wasn't acting strangely or anything?
No, I just can't believe that Naomi's an enemy spy. I refuse to accept that.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Don't say it, Snake.
Save.
Save. Drive. Easy.
Mercury Angel says that Vulcan Raven sounded like the ghost of Christmas Future there in his dying words.
If you're not a good snake, you won't get any Christmas presents.
Man, they ate everything.
They really did. Oh, left all that jam on the floor, though.
Mm.
All that nourishing strawberry jam.
Well, that's just science. Crows don't eat jam.
No, that's true, that's true. Got you there.
So I'm just going to do a little dash around the perimeter, see if there's any loot that I didn't get a chance to grab during the fight. I think it's mostly going to be Stinger ammo.
Yeah. I think it's so cool that there's like multiple ways of beating this boss. Because you can just run around with the pistol or the FAMAS or something and just shoot him. It's very cool that there's like multiple different ways. I don't think we've ever really used claymores before. That was really cool. More like
Yeah, I
claymores.
feel like it's one of those things where I always I always remember sort of too late to normally do it.
Yes.
Alright, let's bomber and chaff. So we talked about this last time, but there are sections towards the end of this game that are designed basically just to deprive you of resources. This area is one of them. If you don't use a chaff here, there is literally, what is it, 30 cameras?
Yeah, there's so many cameras.
Also,
if you go in first person on the far wall.
Yeah. So, hang on, what's up here? I actually forget.
Yeah, I can't remember it. I love the color that you get from the...
Okay,
Yeah,
I can
do
show
you
you
get
from
first
here.
person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Look at all these cameras. There's more that we can't even see because of the fence.
Yeah, there's so many cameras.
Alright,
And
we'll
all of them
check.
have like big heckin' machines.
Yeah, the colors of the lights, so those are the ones you're referring to?
Yeah, like the lights on the cameras where they go all like sort of like purpley and,
So nice.
and blue. Really nice color.
I think fairly soon. I would say that this second disc is a lot more cutscene heavy even than the first, if that's possible, but I think fairly soon we will get a little bit of time to chat. I feel like we've had to stop every few seconds.
Every few minutes, yeah. What's this? What's this, chat?
Hmm. Wow.
Oh. Roll credits, chat. It's Metal Gear. Oh. Who's this?
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
Baker strikes me as the kind of person that's password would be password.
Yes, definitely. Either password or 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Or if he's feeling particularly fancy, password 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I always find it very cool that... Oh?
This is what I was talking about.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
He had
I
all
never
3
met a
passwords.
system I couldn't
Password
bust into.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
Password 1,
keep
2,
trying.
3. He's a very careful guy, Snake!
Snake! He's using capitals!
Whoa! He even threw in an exclamation point.
Sorry, you were about to say you always found it really cool.
I find it really cool that this area of the game, you're just like climbing around Metal Gear. Like it's just like this massive, bulky thing. Like it gives you such a great sense of scale.
Yeah, the
for
scale
how
of it
big
is wild. I also love how as you enter that room, the camera tilts up in quite a unique way, like a specific camera movement to show off Metal Gear as you come into this hangar area.
Yeah, it like really illustrates just like how like heckin' big.
Yeah. Yep, just punch the ladder, as you do.
Hey up, who's this?
Snake, I did it.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Great.
I hacked his Instagram,
Access
Snake.
the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
I'm using his
That's what I need to
Snapchat.
know.
But Snake, I found something else.
I posted some filtered images,
The secret behind
Snake.
the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
I love that Articon is just like, hey, so I found out all this important information, but I'm just spending all my time looking at his like family photos. So massive info dump.
Yeah.
The railgun on Metal Gear can be used to fire not just nuclear warheads, but do it in a way that cannot be detected by like any means.
Making it a, quote, stealth weapon.
All
right.
It means that there would be no means of retaliation. It would be a terrifying weapon to deal with.
By the way, Mr. O,
go ahead.
I'll say it in a second, but Mr. O during that cutscene said, "Go for." Hey, Mr. O. So this guard right here is not a special guard at all. He's just a standard NPC. However, it is mine and Harrison's official canon that this guard is Johnny. And we have a little rule between us that we never ever kill this NPC. And
Ever.
yeah, and we will be continuing that tradition and not killing Johnny.
Yes. We're just gonna flip him.
Yeah. Well, he's not gonna have a great time.
No, he's not. He's gonna get one hell of a concussion. But it's gonna be #JustFlipJohnny.
Fine.
It's fine.
See you, Johnny.
Bye.
#JohnnyGang from Arch. #JustFlipJohnny.
Did you find it? No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
Go ahead.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Well, that's part of it. Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for this evasion phase to end. Oh, never mind. Bye, Johnny.
#JustFlipJohnny.
You can't just make the noise.
Sorry. It's just whoa.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll
Look
have
at
to
this
show them
meeting.
we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
Wait, that means Liquid survived!
Nuclear test site.
Test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about
Hard
the
to make ash from
retaliatory
liquid.
strike from China.
That'll probably mean top secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
Camera in the top left's like, I'm here too.
China and India, I
Yes. When the other countries hear about this,
I'm helping.
they'll all want to contact
They are.
us.
They're doing a great job.
Washington won't be very happy when we start selling.
Looking
our
like a
own
pit droid
system
from
to China.
Star Wars.
Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
Just 1 billion.
That money
Yeah,
will be used
just
to
a
cure our
tiny bit of
genome
money.
soldiers as well.
Well,
also
comparatively, it's
including
small
the
amount.
Fox dye
Yeah, yeah.
vaccine and our demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wear a mask,
Wolf
folks.
wasn't infected either. Perhaps
wear a
due to
mask.
those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position
Halo
as a
music in the
military
background.
superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular armies in shambles, and they think they can
Oh,
restore
cutting-
their country's
cutting-edge
military
tech.
power with nuclear weapons. Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What do you say?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream. But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I
Wow.
found Baker's top secret
Massive
files.
lord up.
Great job.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little debrief after this.
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the president was talking about. It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got 1 of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
No,
What are you
Archicon, we
talking
have
about?
1 key.
The card key is
Silly.
made of a shape memory alloy.
Wrong, Harrison.
Alloy.
Oh!
It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah, the card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in 1. Clever.
Can you see the
I always
input
thought that's such a
terminals in the
cool
center of the
idea.
control
Yeah.
room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a
And
symbol
shape
on each
memory
screen.
alloy is a thing.
Each symbol
Yeah, it
corresponds
really
to a
is.
different
It's
key.
such a cool idea
Input the
to have this
keys
as like
in order
the
from
tech
left
for
to right.
the power cut.
Mm-hmm.
The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol?
That looks a bit
Next
sus.
to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it.
Whoa, a
Once
hard
you've finished with
disk.
all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete.
More cutting edge
Here's the
tech.
thing. You can only
Hard
use the key
disk
3
drive.
times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
It's an HDD, Snake.
Riding on that key, Snake. Who's that? Damn.
Seen a little bit, Mercury.
Sawyer.
Oh,
On
Snake.
the drainage ditch.
Butterfingers.
Card's falling in slow motion.
Bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Something so funny about the timing and everything that just happened there.
That key.
Okay.
Would you mind just hanging on for 2 seconds?
Sure.
I need to quickly be right back.
Oh, right.
I'm going to take a very short break.
Okie doke.
I'll just be 2 seconds.
I'll stand here and take a look over the view and chat with chat.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I will see you in a minute. So, we have a card key. Or we did have a card key before Butterfinger's Snake dropped it. That is not just any card key. It is actually a special card key that if we change its temperature, will act as 3 distinct card keys. So that's going to be what we do next to deactivate Metal Gear. How's my day been? My day's been good, Arch. Yeah, I had a early morning this morning, and another kind of busy one. But I'm so glad to be playing the second part of Metal Gear Solid. I don't think you were here as we were talking about it, but there was a little bit of a faff, a struggle to get this working, and I ended up having to play a whole chunk of the first disc of Metal Gear to get us back to this point, but it was completely worth it. As soon as I realized that both Harrison and I were going to be available this evening to play this, we jumped at the opportunity. So I'm really grateful to everybody who's here to join us, or those who are watching this on the VOD. How was your day, Arch, and the rest of chat? Take a sip of water. I'm going to leave it on pause. I don't really dare unpausing it here, because it's going to be a bit full on as soon as we do get back in. I don't think I have anything to show and tell today. Hang on, let me have a quick look on my little Metal Gear shelf. I totally do. So let's see if I can do this switch. Oh, I just woke up. Wow, is your time zone significantly behind, or did you have a very nice lie-in today? Let me see. Can I do the switch here? I'm going to do an accidental face reveal. Let's see. Hopefully not. There we go. Got a slightly different setup for my webcam today. Please ignore the bright screen. I'm not going to be able to do much about that. So, what am I going to show and tell today? Woo! Congrats, Arch! Arch's Dojam game has gone gold, version 1.0. Gonna submit it tomorrow. I can't wait to check it out on Saturday. So, my show and tell for today is Metal Gear Solid. But this is not just any Metal Gear Solid. This is Metal Gear Solid Digital Graphic Novel. So this was a really fascinating release on the PlayStation Portable, the PSP. This came out... When was the release? 2006, I believe. And this was a really interesting kind of physical to digital port of a comic book that was drawn, that was illustrated by Ashley Wood, I believe her name is, that retells the story of the first Metal Gear, which came out in the early 2000s, but they ported it to PSP as a sort of semi-motion comic style thing. It's interactive, but the movement and the motion is very minimal. And if I remember correctly, it's been such a long time since I played this, but if I remember correctly, you can like inspect certain aspects of the picture to unlock a sort of encyclopedia, and I think it gives you a few more details that were not necessarily revealed in the main Metal Gear Solid game, that were kind of later revealed in the sequels and stuff. So it's a really interesting little novelty thing. It's not quite an animation, it's not quite a comic book, it's got a little bit of an interactive element. It's definitely, yeah, a unique one, I would say.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Hey, welcome back. I was just showing off my copy of Metal Gear Solid Digital Graphic Novel for the PlayStation Portable.
Ooh, exciting.
Talking about how strange a creation it is, because it was the like digitization of the comic book that came out like a couple of years earlier than that. It's a cool little oddity. You okay to proceed?
Oh, I was born ready.
Nice. Oh, let me click into the window. There we go. Johnny. Hashtag just flip Johnny.
Good job.
Do you want to try and give us a bit of a recap? I talked about the card key and the shape memory alloy. Just flip Johnny. But kind of the reveals there, because there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So the big one there, the real big reveal, was Liquid Snake saying that, hey, we've got these ties with a Russian military colonel by the name of Galukovich. Why don't we just have him and all of his troops come over? We'll dig in here in Outer Heaven. So we'll basically, once we get the ransom money from the US government, we'll just take that money and Big Boss's remains, and we'll just dig in here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make this Outer Heaven, which is the name of the militarized, almost like militarized nation that Big Boss found. It was just a place where everyone's a soldier and they're at war with literally everyone, because
A sort of mercenary nation, right? It was the...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't start an alert.
I think it's a gun boy, I think. So, we need to try and find this, the card key that we just lost.
Arch had a really helpful little hint for Snake. Saying if Snape taped his cigarette to the card key, it wouldn't have fallen down the drain.
It's true. It's true. A cigarette fixes everything. Bomb!
Wait. What is this? I have no recollection.
It's right there. It's called Timer B.
Oh, there we go. I was looking for the word bomb. Wow, 13 seconds. That is not a long timer.
That's so mean.
So I guess that this water is like runoff water from the... Hey, there we go. from the nuclear disposal stuff, or like the nuclear waste, because it's doing me a lot of damage.
Gonna get some big heckin' radiation poisoning on our leggies.
Oh no. So we've got the card key.
Yes.
What should we do with it?
Let's head back up. Let's climb all the way back up here and slap that yellow key into the panel.
So this is like our normal key.
Yes. Gonna take the room temperature key and go on and install it. Hopefully we can get into that room, because if we're not fast, the Liquid Snake and his crew are gonna launch this nuke, and we can't let them do that. If they do, they'll kill lots and lots of people. We don't want that.
If you remember, in a little bit, there's a fun little speedrun strat here, but I can't kind of talk about it yet. But we can discuss it later if you remember. If you remember to point it out to me at the end of this segment.
Okay, I shall make a note.
It's not like
I actually don't know
earth-shattering,
what
but
you're referring to, so I am looking forward to.
Johnny's stressing me out. I think he's gonna come around this corner any second now, but I don't want to move forward. Where is he? Huh. Oh.
Easy peasy. What?
Okay, so we're gonna chaff into this room, take out the cameras.
Chaff into the room. There we go.
We've got our normal PAL. Going to insert that into the floppy drive, do some Picross.
Yeah.
PAL code number 1 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1.
That takes care of the cremation. I mean, PAL code number 1.
Freeze the key.
Awesome.
Oh man, it's fine.
We're fine. Everything is A-okay.
Dallas asks, is this a Subspace Emissary fan game?
Yes, that is absolutely right.
I almost... I didn't flip Johnny, but he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine.
How
Hashtag-
can you do this to our boy?
Hashtag
just choke Johnny.
Oh no. Can't get over this ladder. Please, thank you.
Push the action button.
I was. Just in the
Yeah,
wrong
they
spot.
decided to make... But yeah, Dallas, they decided to make an entire fan game based purely off of some dude in a box from Subspace Emissary. It's wild.
In fact, when you get caught by the first guard, if a guard spots you at the beginning of the game, he goes, "Wait, huh? You're from Smash Brothers." It's
The
true.
Genome Soldier takes off his mask and reveals that he's Lucario or something. Oh, that's so cool.
Dr. Mario. It can't be.
Oh, I love... Sorry, I can't get over just how good the sense of scale is for Best Bit. It's so good. A little down angle is awesome.
So nice. Okay, so we need to freeze the key.
Where could we go to freeze the key?
Only there was somewhere really cold and quite nearby.
Yeah.
Now, Snake, don't drop the card again, please.
Oh no, I'm gonna backtrack to go freeze the card. And then go pick it back up again because it's slippery.
Arch says, I think I know how you get the high temperature card. Go ahead, Arch. What is your suggestion for how we get the high temperature card? I get the feeling it might involve a cigarette.
Cigarettes? How are those supposed to help you? Look at all that jam.
So we basically just have to chill out here, no pun intended, right?
Hey, chill. I'm trying desperately to think of Mr. Freeze lines, but
I only know what killed the dinosaurs.
I say,
Very good.
Hey, freeze!
See, I knew we had them in us.
Allow me to break the ice.
You were holding out on me on the Mr. Freeze lines. Hey!
Hey!
We're officially
So,
Elsa
if
from
I
Frozen.
remember correctly, if you're actually in this boss fight and you look at the PAL key when you're fighting Vulcan Raven, you might actually spot that your PAL keys actually change color.
That's really cool. I didn't think I knew that. Or I don't think I knew that. Oh dear. Threw my chaff a bit. Like, I've never seen that camera angle before. That was an interesting one.
Oh, it's cool. It's absolutely wild that all the camera angles are pre-programmed in this. That they're all predetermined, just in case someone presses their back against that exact wall. This slow creeping camera angle to like the low, like that camera.
Yeah,
so
it's really nice.
so
Yeah.
good.
Does the temperature revert if you're not fast enough? I don't know. Do you know, Harry?
Yeah, if you really take your time, eventually it will return to a room temperature color. So that's why you shouldn't keep them waiting, huh?
This is a crime you have done here.
Committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
Exactly.
What say you in your defense?
Okay. So. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I think this is one of the areas of the game which I really dislike. Just like the backtracking back and forth to get the PAL cards. I think it feels a bit paddy. Like it's very like full of padding.
Oh, sorry, Johnny. He'll be fine. Yeah, I agree. Especially because the concept of the changing key is like super cool, but the way that they execute it here is a bit more padding to a section of the game that is already very, very paddy.
Yeah. Full to the brim with padding. More padding than my winter jacket.
Hashtag just punch Johnny.
Just punch, kick, jump.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
Counting the snake.
Wet. Tool shape memory alloys.
Oh no! I genuinely forgot that was a thing.
Call Oscar. Oscar.
No response.
Eh? Cole Campbell?
Is this a game over?
I don't know. There's no use, there's no response.
Imagine if Meryl answered.
Hello? This might be a game over. I actually can't remember.
I completely forgot that this happens. Well, guess I'll take the mask off. Man, is it gonna make me run up here again?
We did it.
What's wrong? Snake!
We did it, gang. Giant
Okay,
dude.
nice. Nice. Alright, chaff G before I move this time.
It's very forgiving with its auto.
It is, yeah. I think we talked about this last time, but for a game as old as it is a very nicely designed save system. I mean, the trouble that we had with... Yeah, both of those things are the things I intended to do. I forgot you can only flip while moving, right? I keep panicking every time I get there because I want to hashtag just flip Johnny.
Return to your position.
Okay, so now we need the hotkey. So let me ration up. And grab the key again. Finally, another use for the cigarettes.
Light the cigarettes and mash them into the card key. That'll do it. Metal Gear.
Oops, wrong way.
You see, this is the problem with us having fought Vulcan Ring. There's all this jamming everywhere because the crows left it behind.
I don't even know what that means.
There's all that strawberry jamming that.
I hope you like jamming too. Arch says, no cigarette temperature changing mechanic, shake my head.
0 out of 10. You know what, I was really enjoying this story of like espionage and betrayal, but you know what, the moment that, you know, you couldn't use cigarettes to fix everything, you know, it's just not good.
Yeah. Oh no. Chaff again. Hey, Cloud.
Oh, is Cloud here?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cloud.
Yoink. Got myself another ration.
Yeah, and a bunch more chaff G's.
I wonder where we'll have to heat up this card. Oh, there's guards here.
Oh, no!
Oh, there's a lot of guards here.
Oh, this is bad. Stun G's.
Please. Thank you. What?
What?
Oh, they're wearing the cold weather gear.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a nice touch.
Oh, wrong card. Still wrong card. Bye.
Key.
Bye-bye.
Is this just crows? Okay, I thought I could hear footsteps, but I think it was just footsteps.
You see, Snake has these things called lays.
What?
He uses them to move around, and like when you like walk, you like make a
Harrison, don't be silly. Snakes don't have legs.
Oh, you got me. I'm going to Liager Hill with all the other musical instruments.
Wow. I don't know whether you got the memo, but the pun stream was the other day.
I'm just late. I'm late with my homework. I'm doing it in the classroom before class.
Hey, look at the crows. On this extremely long elevator ride. Ooh, who's calling?
Oh.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Go ahead.
You should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off.
Can't see anything. I turned my monitor off.
But I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake.
On all
have you
weapons,
ever heard of
assassination
something called
weapons, really.
Fox
When
dye?
you get down to it.
No. Fox dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah?
Well, apparently Fox dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
Nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Naomi!
I'm afraid so.
How could
She's
you?
being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the fox dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
That's what I say
Okay.
whenever I order some fried chicken. So we're having a lot of massive reveals.
Yep.
Absolutely colossal reveals. It's looking like Dr. Naomi Hunter, one of our members of
The support
our
team.
support team, is. Oh, that's unfair.
That's very mean.
That's incredibly mean.
Come on! Who put that there? It wasn't there on the way down.
I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!
Why is this camera and that mine working in cahoots?
They're working together. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to breathe. Oh.
Come on! No!
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm about to be.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. It
Is that an
hurts
item
so
or
much.
I can't even tell. Is that a claymore?
There's a claymores, yeah.
Oh! Arch asks, can we call Naomi? Oh, I suppose we never get a separate number for Naomi. We can only ever speak to Naomi as she kind of hops on the call with Campbell.
Oh. Yeah, it's. Oh man. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, big reveals. Naomi has been sending coded messages to the base and is likely working with the terrorists. There's some sort of bioweapon that she's potentially given Snake in the form of an injection, which we know Snake got from the briefing. We saw Naomi giving it to him.
Do you remember when
So-
Snake was all buff and shirtless and with
Yeah.
the long hair?
What? You don't like shots? Yeah, it's looking like Naomi, she's lied about her backstory. She's potentially stolen someone's identity. And she knows a lot of stuff.
And we
Like,
also
there's
don't know.
something going on.
We also don't know how much Campbell has been keeping from us. The Colonel, is he aware of some of Naomi's shenanigans, or is he just as out the loop as us?
How much of our support staff are in on this nonsense? It's looking like the only person that's actually on our side at this point is Master Miller. He's been really thoroughly digging through things. He's uncovering all the stuff about Naomi. So hashtag good guy Miller. Hashtag good guy Miller. Really helping us out.
Exactly, Cloud. Cloud says that's why there was a discrepancy when she said she didn't know her parents, but then later mentioned her granddad. That's really good foreshadowing. Yeah. In fact, I think just before you arrived, Master called out Naomi for her inconsistent story about her grandfather as well.
Yeah, so earlier on, Master Miller phoned up and he's like, hey, so you know how she said that her grandfather was on, like, a member of the FBI during the Hoover administration? Well, turns out that it's all nonsense. She says that her grandfather's Japanese, but Hoover was, like, known to be, like, a massive, massive racist and didn't have a single Asian person on his staff. So it's all nonsense. It's all a massive lie.
and we don't know why she's lying. But now that it's being revealed that she's been sending messages in to the base, like coded messages that no one can decrypt, it's indicating that she's probably working with the terrorists, which is absolutely terrifying. If someone who's been on our support team is working with the baddies who are wanting to launch nukes like all over the world.
I just want to take a moment to say, look at this lava. Absolutely no yellow here, Dev Days fans, in this lava.
Hashtag look at this lava.
Arch says, stolen identity. Is this a segue to a VPN sponsor? Funny you should mention it, Arch. Today we are sponsored by NordVPN.
Sorry, I was taking a sip of my drink when you said that. I started to lap into my glass.
Oh no.
Also, one thing I was meaning to mention earlier on, when we fought Vulcan Raven, we had this like really dramatic speech given to us by Vulcan Raven where he's like, "You are not a snake of this world. I'm gonna be ripped apart by crows now." Like right after that dramatic speech, and he says, "Oh, the man that we saw die in front of us wasn't the DARPA chief." Yeah, that's all really.
At least the power card will be hot.
It'll be a little toasty. That'll be one toasty PAL card.
I was just trying to get this ration.
Ration.
I didn't even really need it. I was just
up against the wall.
Well,
like, you got this.
Okay, we're good.
You did it.
Also,
That's the
Snake.
real final boss.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Snake does the little T2 thing as he falls into the lava.
Yeah,
Did you see?
Totally does. Like reaching out, like putting up his thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I was gonna say, after this speech by Vulcan Raven, he does the thing again where he goes, "Yeah!" like he
Oh,
just like
yeah.
a fist bump to himself.
All right.
Still.
Do I need to? I'm sure we normally do it here, right?
Yeah, just hanging out by the very yellow lava.
Being very impatient. Do you think this is a good idea?
This is a very toasty arms that he's got now.
Hope he brought s'mores.
Yeah, s'mores and hot dogs. You see, Arch is right. Arch said, "I told you the cigarettes were safer." No one's ever fallen into a molten vat of cigarettes, Tom.
I'm adding friction to make the card hotter quicker. Raven did tell me to crawl on my belly like the snake I am, so there we go.
True. It worked! First try! Right, let's keep that card key nice and toasty.
We have to go through the cold room, though.
We do.
Snake's gonna store it in his cheek.
Sound like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Naomi, why have you been sending coded messages?
Snake, what's wrong? Oh no, the terrorists must have done something. Dallas asks, can you call Mousy in this game? We've seen lots of Ratty. Haven't seen any Mousy. What am I doing? Pathing, I guess? I can probably just run past here now.
Yeah, careful of the landmine.
If somebody had put more since we last came through. Maybe I'm not going to be flipping Johnny next time. Maybe I'll be doing something a little bit more permanent.
I'm gonna break your shins off with a Nikita missile launcher, like I did with Sniper Wolf. Oh, you said something earlier on about speedruns.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me, because we are past the point where I can talk about it. So, when Snake drops the PAL card, the PAL key, there is a number of different locations that the PAL key can land. It's not always in the same spot there. And when people are speedrunning this game, this is a fact that I only found out recently. I actually think it's a... Oh, I'll tell you in a second.
Snake, can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
It's
Naomi.
Naomi, what the hell?
I'm busy right now.
That's what I always say when you call me.
Naomi.
Yeah.
Is what
Harrison, what the hell?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification, but my reason for getting into genetics was true.
Because you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from, my age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s, a dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother, and him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I.
Second big Grey Fox reveal.
Protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox, no. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize
You're making
the
notes,
target's
chat. There will be an
DNA.
exam at the end of this.
They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
Go on.
Then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Got a
Listen,
job to do.
Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox dye was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Oof.
Whoa.
Snake getting double-crossed all over the place.
Some massive, massive, massive reveals.
The reveals just don't stop coming.
But it suddenly makes sense why Naomi was asking so many questions about Grey Fox and seemed to know about him, and was confused when Snake said, yeah, Frank Yeager, i.e. Grey Fox, is like my best friend. And it breaks my heart that we had to fight because we were on opposite sides of a war.
And also explains why Colonel was being so cagey with us.
No, Dom!
Oops! Oh, please.
Cheese it!
Meow.
When Colonel's being cagey with
Snake, just like the whole time, kind of minimal info. Yeah, and a little bit sheepish when Snake was asking questions. Yeah, may as well.
It's very much the case that the Colonel has not told Snake really anything. It's just entirely been, we're just going to send this guy in blind. So the plan, even from the get-go, was never just to rescue the ARMSEC president and the Dark Chief. That was never the plan.
What?
The plan was to go in there with Foxeye. But for what purpose, we're not sure yet.
Yeah, we're still out of the loop. Also, in order to not drive people insane by telling half a story, I will conclude my speedrunning story before we
yes, please
get too deep. So yeah, for a long time, the placement of the card drop. So remember, I was talking about how Snake drops the card. There's multiple different locations the card can drop in the little trench around Metal Gear. It was presumed that that was RNG. It was presumed that that was completely randomized. It isn't. It turns out that it depends on the number of alerts you've received through the game. So speedruns now, at least some of the categories of speedrunning, require people to farm alerts to get the fastest location of the card drop.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
So obviously,
like,
whatever the method to farm the alerts is quicker than getting the slowest card option.
That's really interesting. What I think is cool is that that's a really great way of subtly helping people who maybe would have some difficulty with the game.
Yeah.
To find not spend their time in like that radioactive sludge for too long.
Although it's actually very it's actually quite gentle. The damage that sludge deals is so minimal. It's less than the cigarettes.
Yeah.
So don't smoke cigarettes, I guess, but do run around in potentially radioactive water. What do they call? There's a name, isn't there, for water that's been irradiated?
There's like heavy water?
That's the one, yeah. Is that the
Heavy
stuff that's
water-
used to cool reactors?
Yeah, it's used as a controlling substance. So because
Right.
it's got a very high mass, it's used in that method. But a lot of the time, it's not used in favor of using graphite fuel rods.
Chef G, right?
Chef G.
You've gone a little bit quiet for me. I don't know whether you're further away from your mic than before.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Hang about. So, we're going to input the last of the card keys, and then we've disarmed Metal Gear. We did it, gang! We
Game
did it
over.
first try!
PAL code number 3 confirmed. PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No.
What?
Why?
Ready for launch.
Snake, you dingus!
I deactivated it.
Did you know, Snake?
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning, just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days.
What?
I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
The call's coming from inside the house.
Snake,
Oh.
you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Big reveal! Okay, this is where we can call
Oscar.
Otacon, right?
Correct. reactor.
Wow. Big twist.
Massive twist. Turns out Master Miller has been Liquid Snake the
that's
whole
bulletproof
time.
Glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
The big bad.
Mr. Rose says, another betrayal. Arch says, so many fake friends. Shake my head. Sorry, I didn't hear what Otacon told us to do.
Come on, hurry up already.
Oh, just to wait. I see.
Just hang in there. My little fingers can only type so fast, Snake.
Ah, Cloud earlier asked, so did she say, referring to Naomi, that Fox Die was based on DNA, like it kills specific DNA combinations?
Correct, yes.
Yes, it is a targeted weapon for sure, yeah. Snake,
Thanks, Otacon.
I'm opening the door!
We got David Lynch as a guest voice actor. Oh!
Oh, I can't even use the ration.
Bomber.
Cloud says, wait, so why did they try and kill him if they needed him alive? I think they knew. I think they knew that Snake was going to make it through.
Or at the very least, they just provided just enough resistance to make Snake feel like he was fighting through stuff, so he wouldn't get suspicious.
Yeah. That's a good justification. I was laughing at the little run he was doing there.
Yeah.
Did you like my sunglasses?
He said the thing!
You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox Die.
Fox Die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Die's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Die's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Die vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Die, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge! You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands! You stole my chance for revenge! Now I'll finish the work that father began. I will surpass him! I will destroy him!
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you! Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Snake, your blood will be the first to be spilled by this glorious new weapon. Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother. Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century.
Twitter.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
How do I stop it?
Uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs. We don't just have to destroy Metal Gear, we have to destroy it when it's being driven around by a very upset guy with excellent hair.
Things to learn from Metal Gear. Never trust anyone with a British accent. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hang on 2 seconds. Oh, we are so boned.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, pause for a moment.
Yes.
Hey, Chad, remember when we said we're going to play this on easy mode?
I do remember what you said we were going to play it on easy mode. Why was that, Harrison?
It's because of this boss fight, Dom. It's because of this boss fight.
Yeah. This is the toughest boss in the game. And I have a lot of trouble with this. Usually, when me and Harrison play this together, we're playing in person. And this is the point in the play session where I give us a couple of tries and then go, Harrison, can you do this for me? And then Harrison's like, yeah, sure, and does it like immediately. I also, so I talk a lot. I don't know whether you know about this, Harrison, but I talk a lot during my GBD streams about the idea of the gamer curve, which is when I first attempt something, I actually do okay at it. Let's say I make it like 90% of the way through. And then the longer I try on it, the deeper into the pits of despair I get, and the worse I get. I go backwards in my ability to play this. And then eventually it kind of spikes back up. I make it to the end. It seems to be out of nowhere, and we're through. We've done it. Even we've surpassed what seemed impossible. I think I'm hoping I am going to experience the most drawn out version of the gamer curve here, where I've definitely beaten this boss before. A long time ago in the past, I beat Metal Gear Rex. I've done this. I know I can do it. But for many, many years as we've played together, I have gotten worse at this boss fight. So I'm hoping now I am ready. I've gathered the skills. Yeah, as Arch says, all my Station Blue practice will pay off. And I'm hoping that we're going to do this. And I'm actually going to be able to beat Metal Gear. Because otherwise, this stream's just going to go on indefinitely. And
Correct.
We'll be stuck here. All of us that are in the stream right now will be stuck watching me fail forever. You can't leave. You might try and close the browser. It's not going to work. This was part of the deal. So we're going to wormy heads
now.
this. Yeah, exactly.
Your souls belong to us. So,
unless
souls?
I can defeat
Metal Gear.
this Metal Gear. But to keep everybody in suspense, I am going to go grab a drink. So I've got something here in case things get bad. And I will be back in just a minute. I don't know whether you need to take a break at the same time, Harrison. But let me bring up the drink break screen. If not, there's maybe a story you can share.
Yeah, I'll chat with we'll chat for a while.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll be back in just a tick.
See you shortly. Bye-bye. Hey there, chat. How are we all doing tonight? Then are we all excited to see Dom definitely beat this first try? Hashtag first try. Are we all excited for this? Because let me tell you, I'm very excited to see this. Literally, in all the years that Dom and I have played Metal Gear together, like Metal Gear Solid together, we've played it basically every year for, I don't know, the best part of like nearly 10 years now. Like, we've played this game every year together. And not once has Dom done Metal Gear Rex on his own. It's always been like, "Oh, can you help me, Harrison?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure thing. I'll be very happy to do that." So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see Dom do this first try. Hashtag first try. Yeah, Cloud. It's secret mustardy times. Harrison's stress noises are going to be playing. Very much so. I'm almost certain. I'm going to try very hard not to do stress noises. Just to like not stress Dom out, because I know it's going to be like a really intense boss fight. I think he's got this. I think he's going to do great. I believe in him. Like Arch said, all the Station Blue practice is going to pay off. He's going to do great. He's going to smash this on the first go. Yo, it's Gumby! Gumby's in the house! Hey, Gumby. Welcome to the stream. You've come in at just the perfect time.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, Dom.
What stories, what tales have you been telling this time?
Oh, I was just saying that I think this is going to be the first time... If you beat Metal Gear Rex, I think this is going to be the first time that you beat Metal Gear Rex in my presence.
Yeah, yeah.
Really
no pressure.
No pressure. None at all. None at all.
So I got my drink. Got a glass of water.
Water.
Water. I'm gonna do this. Hashtag first try. Hashtag flip Johnny into Metal Gear Rex to win.
Hashtag just flip Rex.
Hey, Chalupa's here too. Chalupa says popping in for a few. How stressed are you so far, Mustard Oligarch?
You know
He's
what?
about to get a lot more stressed.
Tell you what, Chalupa, I'm actually doing okay. Dom's been doing okay so far. No, I haven't made it. But I think I might get a little bit more stressed right now.
Okay. Now, let me try and remember. You don't need to answer this, Harry. I'm just kind of trying to recall. I think for phase 1, I'm going to want to alternate between the Stinger and the chaff grenades.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And I'm going to want to keep my distance. I can't really remember his attacks.
Oh, you learn them.
I know there's a sort of sweet spot where if you go too far back, he's going to throw a lot at you, and if you come too far forward, he's going to throw a lot at you. That's not... I thought that was going to be a roll button. I don't know why all of a sudden I thought Snake had a roll.
Dark Souls control.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I remember you run.
No!
I remember you run forward now. For those. Okay, so chaff out. Oh, drink break screen is still up. I'm so sorry, everyone. Chat, I'm so sorry. The real final boss was the drink break screen.
We're very good at streaming, chat. We're very good.
I'm
at
such a
streaming.
professional. Chat was going mad for a while, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, oh, this is going to be everybody's encouraging messages and saying like, wow, Dom's doing surprisingly good, and like, you can do it. Cool gamer alert, and all those things that chat always says. But no, it was everybody screaming. The drink break screen is still up. Chalupa says we just get to the credits, and Dom says, "Man, that was the best run I've ever had, and we never get to see any of it." Snake, did you like my drink break screen?
Liquid. Oh,
Metal Gear, I didn't tell anyone, but at the last boss, Metal Gear becomes a radio play, so there wasn't anything to see anyway.
oh, it's so good.
Okay, hang on. I've also somehow managed to get my headphone and my controller cables all tangled up. It's all going perfectly. Let us continue from the supply route.
You got this.
Oh, I need to click back into the window.
I believe in you. You got this.
Okay, so what I was using was the chaff grenades and then the stinger missiles to hit Rex.
Right in the little shield.
So as soon as those come out, I need to run straight forward. First try!
First try! We're doing good. We're making excellent progress.
Fantastic.
Excellent progress.
We can skip that cutscene. Okay, I don't want to chaff too early. Oh, I love that sound.
Yeah. And then, like, the Godzilla, like, roar, that is so good.
Yeah, Kojima is a huge Godzilla fan.
Excellent, as he should be. Excellent.
Yeah. Who can blame him?
Maybe throw out another chat? Or don't, just go straight into another missile. Wrecked! Metal Gear wrecked.
I don't remember how to dodge those.
Do you have bomber equipment?
I do not. Thank you for reminding me.
My pleasure. I mean, bomber can stop, missiles, right?
Yeah. That's how it worked. That's what Nastasha said, right? When we called her.
Yeah. Yeah, so you need to start running towards Rex when you see Rex, like, do the
crouch down.
little squat. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So it's kind of like a little sweet spot you should be in, where ideally you don't want missiles to be being fired at you at all.
Because of your chaff usage? Right, yeah, because you're close enough that Rex is doing the... Hey, nice,
So
okay.
it's that little sweet spot you want to be in. You're doing it! He's doing it, chat! He's doing it, chaff!
Hey, chaff, how's it going? Hey, we win! Game over, we did it!
Let's try!
Wow. I can't believe we beat Metal Gear Rex.
Easy peasy.
Oh no!
Uh-oh! Who's this? Oh, it's a friend!
Great Fox. The name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat. So it is you.
Whoa, Deep Throat is Grey Fox?
That's right. It's not the informant from the Watergate scandal.
He's a cyborg ninja. He's way cooler. Look at him.
Fox, why? What do you want from me? I am a prisoner of death. Only you can free me. Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you. Naomi? You're the only one who can stop her. No, I can't. Why? Because I'm the one who killed her parents.
What? Another shocking betrayal.
And couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now she thinks of me as her brother. Fox, from the outside.
Liquid is going ham back there.
Yeah, there's firing miniguns everywhere.
I saw
Am I winning, Snake?
Also, the flashes of light from the machine gun firing is excellent.
Yeah.
There you are, he says, just strafing the entire building.
I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
Ninja stuff. Woo! Peggy 800.
That's got to smart.
It really does.
Oh.
We don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use royal harriers. Fox. How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal. Destroy
Good line.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished! No! Fire the stinger! Fox, can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now, in front of you, I can fight
Harry, I can't do it.
after that.
Blast him! Blast him, I say!
Taken from the battle,
No.
neither truly
Ah!
nor truly dead. An untitled chapter.
Snake's in full agreement with you. With you here, Tom. It's no good. I can't do it!
I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger.
Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least
Like lightning coming out of his eye.
I believed in. Snake, farewell.
No.
Oh,
Just exploded like Mega Man.
he explode like Mega Man if he touches a single spike.
Prayed for death, and it found him. You see, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
Hmm.
You got this.
Okay. Oh no. I'm still reeling.
Still reeling from the death of our old friend.
Yeah. So as a kid, I always thought this scene was like so dramatic and so sad. I mean, it's still dramatic and sad, but I always remembered that being like, whoa, this is intense.
Yeah. It's a really heavy scene, and like Grey Fox being, oh, it's a laser! Grey Fox being like, I've already been dead. Like I died in Zanzibar all that time ago.
Oh no! I'm not doing so well on this phase.
Oh no!
Oh, we're gonna be burning through rations pretty quick here.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're,
Oh,
like,
I just
really
remembered there's a thing I can do here, isn't there? You can stun him. Now that the cockpit's open, yes, you can definitely stun him. 100%. Although, I may not be able to take advantage of this.
Rat Ion!
Now it's my turn to make Harrison noises.
Oh no!
Okay, well that bought me.
Keith.
Oh no, that's not Bomber. Okay, this is not going so well.
Why is this Stinger locking on?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to give it a little bit more time. So if you stun him here, he'll lose sight of you.
Really? I didn't know.
Yep.
Oh,
So you see in the see here he went. There you are. If I'd successfully hid on that, he would have lost me, and it buys me a little bit of time. Okay, that was a trial run though.
Yeah, that's not first try.
Not first try. Not everything can be first time.
No.
First try.
But don't worry, it's not going to be our first time seeing the "it's no use, I can't do it."
Yes, because the sad news here is that you have to do the first phase again.
Yeah. And that is no use, I can't do it. Section is
It's unskippable.
You got this. You might want to get a little tiny bit closer.
Bit closer? Okay. Oh no, can't walk.
Peggy, get close.
Is this about the range? Evidently not.
Just a tiny bit more.
That was a risky maneuver there.
To be fair, even if you can just stand in minigun range, because the minigun's still
Yeah.
so little damage.
And they're quite easy to dodge relatively.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too close.
For the laser.
Which
Like that! Oh no!
This has not been a clean run so far.
That's good. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. Wow! Nice!
Okay.
Easy! Easy game for babies!
So I actually have a little friend that we don't normally have. Fast forward.
Whoa! No way!
So yeah, we normally play on a real system when we play this. You have to see that every time, and there is no way to skip it. So I'm gonna fast forward here for the sake of the audience.
No use, blast him!
Why is this thing not locking on?
No, it's having a bad time.
There we go. First lock on of
game
this
for
phase. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've managed to find the spot for this phase, I think, a little bit.
Good hit. Rush. Ooh!
I love catching it on the
You're
that weird
banished
phase.
the realm. Good shot.
Uh-oh.
Great shooting the text.
Oh dear. I'm gonna use a
Easy
ration now.
Good call, good call, good call.
No!
Oh.
How did that not hit him?
That was so unfair.
There we go.
Oh, easy game! One more good hit and you've got this down. First try, chat, first try. First try! No. It's not first try.
What?
But you did good!
I beat him!
It's the first time I've ever seen this. Well done! Ooh. There's so much explosion. Ooh.
Oof.
Man, tough stuff.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells. With a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized
a wild
with one of
term.
Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's
I use the super baby method to get through the most difficult GBG levels.
You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare.
Have you heard of NFTs, Snake?
Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify
FMV time, baby!
Oh, I do love some Metal Gear
for
FMV.
everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes
Science
were
noises.
transferred into the members of the next generation special forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
Wait, hashtag just flip Johnny's our brother?
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's
Hashtag you
genes.
wouldn't flip
They
your
too are the
brother.
product of numerous sacrifices.
true.
Sacrifices?
You shouldn't
Human
do that.
experiments.
Don't flip your brother, chat. Don't do that.
1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage.
I need to buy a new set of Levi's, Snake.
Kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl!
Whoa!
Alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
We're gonna get more of a reveal.
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm
Cutscene
listening.
keys going.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But Colonel,
Good guy, Campbell.
if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced
Peggy,
me to cooperate
900.
in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly
Can't trust
believed
man with a
that
British
he was in
accent.
command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone
Don't
here.
compliment him, Snake!
Everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
Shout out to my boy Houseman coming in here and stealing the show with that absolutely hammy delivery there.
It's so good. Cloud writes, the house always wins.
You stole everything from me. Only your
Even the shirt off my back.
Chalupa writes, huh, that's pretty smart actually. Also, has anyone told you you're also super handsome?
Beautiful sacrifice for our final battle.
So good.
Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise
That's a
moment of
very small nuclear bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's tiny.
If you win, you might still be able to save her. Do you
The countdown clock's going on in the cutscene!
Yeah, countdown during a cutscene is illegal.
It is so illegal.
At this height, it will kill even you.
Snake bum rush him!
Yeah, you're wasting precious seconds.
How about you, Snake?
You got this.
Okay, before we get started, there was a lot there. I think it quite clearly went over everything, but I think that was a pretty lengthy one. So if we recap very, very quickly, where would we even begin? I suppose that Snake and Liquid are clones of Big Boss, but not only Snake and Liquid, but all of the Genome soldiers have Big Boss's DNA as part of a experiment to create the perfect soldier. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, that's about it.
I suppose I should also mention that this was kind of one of those moments that I was talking about where Kojima weaves real-world events into this fictional story. And obviously there is mention of the Gulf War there and the depleted uranium that was used during the Gulf War as anti-tank ammunition, and the effects of that, which are all very, very real things. And this game came out in 98, so very fresh stuff too, very recent. And I think that's really fascinating, and also, not necessarily the most tactful thing. The Gulf War babies, of course, being quite a serious thing, but interesting to see that being woven into something, especially, again, really surprising today it would be, but it's also, very, very unique for a game this old.
Yes.
Any other story points to...
Yeah, the fact that it's been revealed that our entire mission was really just to come in and just kill the terrorists trying to take control of Metal Gear and then retrieve nuclear information. If we remember,
and take out the DARPA chief and the arms tech president.
Not to take out the DARPA chief, no.
No. Yes, yeah.
No, the DARPA chief had already been killed at this point by Ocelot. He accidentally kills him while torturing him, which is basically the sole reason why the Secretary of Defense, Jim the Houseman, has decided to drop nukes on us.
Got it. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Because he would have not ordered a nuclear strike if it wasn't for the case that his friend was there. He'd been like, "Oh, well, my friend Donald Anderson is there. That's fine. I'll just ice Snake when he comes out of the place." But the fact that the DARPA chief is already dead and was accidentally killed by Ocelot, that means that's bad. That's bad. But the whole point of us coming on in, and when the arms tech president, Kenneth Baker, the bald guy who was tied to the lamppost, he was like, "Oh, hey, this is what Jim sent you for, right? This dick."
Ah, yes.
He's referring to Jim Houseman, Jim the Houseman. And he gave us an optical disc, which Ocelot has now taken from us.
Okay.
So Ocelot has now acquired the Metal Gear test data, indicating that Metal Gear is a very successful weapons module, and that it not only meets the requirements to be a stealth nuclear weapon platform, but it actually exceeds those expectations. So it's a real top tier machine.
Got it. I suppose that's a beautiful summary. Thank you. And I suppose the last thing to say would be we kind of get a glimpse at something that would become a bit of a fixation for Kojima in his stories going forward, which is the idea of genes as some kind of sort of vehicle for something. That something changes every time, but the idea that perhaps fate or perhaps your greatness is something that is ingrained genetically in you. And obviously this is something that's touched on here, certainly in the relation between Big Boss and Liquid and Solid, but it's also something that repeatedly comes up through his games, and that kind of fascination and kind of untangling of what that means seems to be something that's very particularly important to him as a creator, which is interesting to reflect on. I'm with you, Cloud. Chalupa says, don't forget about the super baby method. Of course, yes, the super baby method is an integral part of this story too. And Arch says, Super Baby Park. Fantastic. Shall we fist fight on top of Metal Gear Rex with no shirt on.
With only 2.5 minutes to go.
Exactly. Good job. The countdown didn't go up. The countdown didn't go down during our recap.
Yes.
Let's click in. All right, let's do this. Here we go. First try. Now, I don't remember this being particularly tough in the past.
What's wrong, Snake?
Am I remembering correctly?
He can be tricky.
Oh yeah, he has that one move that sucks.
That one.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a repeat of the Grey Fox fight in some ways. It's kind of knowing when to punch and when to back off, which I did not assess correctly there. He has a little bit of a tell, doesn't he? It's that, yeah, the sort of lunge forward. Minute and a half, it's fine. We got this.
Easy, speedrun through.
Sort of forces you a little bit to be more aggressive than you would normally, I think.
Very much so. Oh, the other thing that they talk about is Liquid looks into the camera and says,
"Oh yeah,
whoa, big chain of punches," and says, "Oh, why have you come all this way? You've only been doing this because you really enjoy killing people."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you enjoy all the killing, don't you, Snake?
And what if I told you, chat? He isn't just talking to Snake here. What if I told you he's talking to you?
Right, the addressing of the audience being something, yeah, pretty
saying
unique
that you're maybe a bad person because you enjoy.
You're a bad person because you enjoy video games.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Okay, Liquid, I need you to come up here. I am gonna run out of time if you don't. Liquid! Stand still so I can punch you. Thank you.
You did it!
First try!
First try! First try. That's a long fall. Ripperino and Pastorino.
Meryl. Meryl?
Snake? Is that you? Snake! Oh, you're alive! Thank God!
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize.
Felipe is yelling, "There's a timer, Snake," in chat.
During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was
Like, there's 30 seconds left, bro!
that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl.
Too bad, I got stealth camouflage. Whoop.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
maybe tell Otacon that first.
Is there a way out of here?
It's such comedic delivery.
Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security
You a
along your
hacker.
escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
Unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you.
To drop a
Take care of
bomb,
Meryl,
Snake.
okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise
If
I'll
you
do
say
something about your escape route.
the nuclear
Thanks.
bombs are legally not
Thanks.
allowed to harm you.
Ah,
That
yeah.
sounds nice.
Convenient.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Pour one out for Otacon.
Hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otakon?
Otacon!
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
Liquid Otacon.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
He peed his pants, you know.
I saw it. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
Meryl.
Whoa. Grey Fox
Okay.
jumping.
Snake.
Meryl.
Strong boy. Whoa!
It started.
I must be heavy.
A love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up. Hurry! Looking good, Snake.
That line could have got Snake absolutely bad dayed.
Yeah. He would have had the worst time.
Hurry!
Oh, don't forget to go back through
Okay.
there. Whoa,
Oh,
hang
really?
on.
Wait, what's through here?
Rat-ion.
Oh, Rat-ion. Hashtag Rat-ion gang. Okay, I'm gonna save. Can I save?
Cool. Yeah, call Mailing. Right, hey Mailing, how you doing?
Snake, they've placed the Kano under arrest. I don't know what I should do. This will probably be your last save.
I'm going to miss those proverbs of yours.
Snake.
Mei Ling, I have a favor to ask you. Make a hard copy of all the codec conversation data up to this point. I want some insurance.
Okay, Snake, leave it to me.
It's a product placement from Geico or something. Is it Geico? Did Geico
Yeah.
do insurance?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we take a short break
Yeah.
here before
I
we
can,
do the big escape?
Yeah.
Snake, please. Be safe for me.
Bye, Mailing. Thanks for all your
Bye.
saving. Could have used you this afternoon when I was prepping for today's stream, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll hang out here. I'll chat with chat for a little bit.
Do you mean want to pause?
Oh yes, of course. The timer. I was too busy scratching my back.
Right, I'll be right back.
All
I'll
right.
be right back, guys. Keep Dom safe, okay, chat? Make sure he's doing okay.
Hey chat, Mustard's gone. It's just you and me now in the escape route. Daigo says, wait, what's going on? I just came back. Okay, so we fought Metal Gear Rex, the big robot. We fist fought our twin brother, shirtless, on top of the destroyed Metal Gear Rex. Now they are sending bombs to destroy the facility, so we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. Sharpish. But Harrison has chosen this moment to do whatever he's doing. So we're chilling out for a little bit. Hey, Cloud. Chalupa says, mustard's gone. We can talk about ketchup and mayo now. Mr. O says, Dom, are you doing okay? Mustard's told us to make sure you are. Thank you for asking, Mr. O. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling good. So, the thing I was going to say, because we've had so many cutscenes since I did it, but clearly the whole thing about that Rex fight for me was the anticipation that we were going to have to sit through another cutscene. Because like I said, when we play this, we normally play it on the real hardware. And I always know, if I mess up phase 2, I'm going to have to go back and do phase 1 of the fight again. And we're going to have to watch that cutscene of Grey Fox getting absolutely bad dayed every time I mess up. And seriously, there's been years where we've played this. And, you know, Harrison's been very, very patient. But I've tried that like 5 times and not being able to do it. And I genuinely think, like, part of what was making me mess it up, because that wasn't even that hard, but part of what was making me mess up was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to sit through all of this again. So the fast forward button there really saved my bacon, because the last thing I would have wanted was for everybody to have to sit through those unskippable cutscenes and the first phase of the fight again. Chalupa says, now I can play the rap boss in Gungeon, fully understanding the MGS parody now. Oh, I saw your mentions of there being Gungeon MGS Easter eggs and references, but I didn't realize there was a whole boss themed around MGS. The pressure was too much. I think that was it. It's no use. I can't do it. Yeah, but taking that away, easy game for babies, as Harrison would say.
Hey,
welcome back. Speak of the devil.
What's been going on here then, chat? What's been going on here?
I was just explaining that I think part of what was maybe making the Rex fight so difficult for me was the pressure of knowing I would have to do phase 1 and watch the Grey Fox cutscene every time I failed.
Yeah.
And as soon as we took that away, it was like, oh, cakewalk, easy.
Yeah, really is. I think that the scene where Grey Fox is like, oh, I'm dying, but I'm already dead. Like that whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's long, it's a long scene, it causes you to lose a bit of your rhythm for fighting.
Yeah, a bit of momentum, and and every second you're watching it, you're like, if this is not if I don't beat the boss this time, this is not the last time we'll watch this cutscene. So yeah, definitely. Mr. Rose says we weren't talking about ketchup and mayo. We definitely weren't.
You better not have been.
All right, we ready to continue?
I was born ready to continue.
I'll drive.
Okay, no argument there. Meryl also surprised by pretty standard. Oh, weird. Okay, that was strange. I couldn't pull up my items there.
Do you want to equip Rataillons?
It's weird. It kind of won't always let you pull up those things here. I didn't realize that.
Big gun time.
This section, gonna say, hasn't aged super well.
Nope, it is not.
This doesn't control very well at all. Which is kind of wild, because all things considered, basically all the other non-standard gameplay sections play pretty well.
Yeah,
but this, that bit there...
Every good game has to have a bad vehicle section.
That's true. Them's the rules.
Also, I think this bit of music, of the soundtrack, is probably one of my favorites in the whole game.
Yes. Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm partial to the zoom music from the Rex room.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Snake, let's go.
So, one thing I want to talk about with the chat regarding this scene. If you give up during the torture.
Yeah, this is a good time to talk about it, yeah.
If you don't fight your way through the torture scene, when you come and, like, find Meryl, she's dead. Like, Meryl is just straight up, she's had a bad time and she's gone. So you find her and she's just, like, mega dead. So instead of having Meryl drive in the car, you have Otacon come and drive for you.
Wait!
He's...
McQuinn!
He's still alive!
Yeah, so there's two endings to this game. The Meryl run that we're doing here is the one that's considered canon, but as Harrison just said, if you submit to Ocelot's torture, you remember when I was having to button mash while we're being held to the Playmobil surgery table, then you do this section with Otacon. Have you ever driven a Jeep while firing a gun, Harrison?
You know, I can't say I have.
Okay, I imagine it would be difficult.
I can actually say, particularly if you just like one-handed like a FAMAS, it's like, oh, this is fine. You know, just holding it sideways, just like firing a FAMAS. I imagine that would be quite a difficult thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh! Silly.
Why would Meryl do this?
Can't believe this. To be fair, she has been unconscious for like 7 billion
That
hours.
is true.
So... We did it.
I love the clicking of the engine here.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
I can't
do it!
I can't see him either.
Meryl doesn't have object permanence. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to David Hayter for that incredible delivery.
Yeah. Oh, Roro.
Starts pulling on his collar.
Reverb. Uh-oh, he's having the heart attack. Oof. Well, that takes care of the cremation.
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
The stealth bomb, Snake.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
The house
Arrested?
always
I
wins.
was able to get into contact with the president. Metal gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy.
With
A
Geico.
hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
Hey, oh.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you.
Snake,
Naomi,
you dirty
your brother
feather.
just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA, because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were, and I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live.
I just realized that the implication here is that this conversation that, or like this monologue that Naomi's giving is probably happening after this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because Campbell says they're going to speak face to face.
Correct, yeah.
Suppose, yeah.
Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time
We
met?
should talk about that in a
A
moment.
reminder of how to
Yeah.
live.
I was just thinking that.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
Chat's
about
posting
now?
some good stuff.
What do your
Mm-hmm.
genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
Shout out to all the Davids out there.
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
You see, Snake's not
are
asking
those?
questions when he hears something.
Caribou.
He's giving answers instead.
Evolutions. The
Plotter.
caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
Caribou.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything.
I like to think that
It's a time for hope.
that when they're developing the game, like, right, we've got to allocate a bunch of disk space to the caribou.
Yeah.
Life more beautiful. Sky.
But Mr. Kojima, we only have room for one caribou.
and most
No.
of all,
2 caribou.
you.
Get rid of the nukes blowing
I
up.
think I'm gonna like
I
this
need
new
my
life.
caribou.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
Can't believe Snake was Dave Node on all this time.
Whoa, massive reveal.
Are we gonna get a moment to talk? I forget. No, we should let this roll. A lot of nukes.
A lot of nukes. Right. Let's talk.
Credits.
It's credits time, baby. Well, there we go, chat. That was Metal Gear Solid. The first one, the first Metal Gear Solid.
Correct. Yeah. A heck of a game.
One heck of a game.
Really?
Really, one of my favorite games ever made. Like I often wrestle with which one's my favorite out of the Metal Gear series, but I'm almost certain this is the one. This is the one I really, really like. Top tier game. Really, really love it.
Yeah. I think every time I come back to this, it cements further that this is the perfect one of these. You know, it's the exemplar game from the series. Excuse me. And every time I come back to it, you know, there is more things that I take away from it too. There's enough here that you can kind of come into it with a different eye every time, and come away with it from it with a slightly different take too. Really, really special little game.
Very much so.
FMV polar bears.
What games give you FMV polar bears?
Low poly caribou, full FMV polar bears.
And Gallic Opera. It's
Yes, yeah.
going great.
The Triforce.
Yeah. It's the Triforce of FMV. Let's go. So, to just catch for some stuff in chat, Cloud wrote, "Look, I found a random piece of cloth."
Oh yes, yes. Thank you for reminding us, Cloud. Do you want to do the honors? Do you want to explain what the little piece of cloth that Meryl picks up holds up?
Absolutely. So, if you know, in this ending, we escaped the base and we escaped with Meryl. Meryl then searched the snowmobile that we escape out on, the true meaning of life, snowmobiles, and finds this piece of cloth, and that is the bandana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on every subsequent playthrough that we do of Metal Gear Solid using this save file, so if we restart the game right now, you'll start the game with the bandana. The bandana is an equipable item which gives you infinite ammo. It means that not only do you have an infinite supply of bullets, but it means you never have to reload. So it's a really, really useful thing. It's basically like a soft cheat code. It's a soft cheat code that you get whenever you finish Metal Gear Solid. Now, if we'd got the bad ending, quote unquote, we'd be escaping this base with Otacon. You know, Meryl's dead, and Otacon comes in and he's like, "Wow, what a loser you are. You let Meryl die. I bet you feel so bad right now." Which, by the way, is the ending that I got when I first played this game. I got the bad ending straight away. So I was too bad at video games to play that torture section. But if you leave the base with Otacon, he says, "Hey, I don't think I'm going to need this anymore." And he gives you his stealth camouflage. So if you get the bad ending of the game, he gives you his stealth camouflage. So that means that you're effectively invisible, or you can be effectively invisible on every subsequent playthrough of the game. Which is excellent. It makes the game a heck of a lot easier. It makes it way, way easier. So that's what happens, and that's what like the let's take this thing as a memory of our experiences together. Like, that's what that whole thing was. It was a wink, wink, nod, nudge, nudge sort of thing for saying, "Hey, play the game again. You'll have some more fun. Like, you'll have a new item to play with."
Yeah, a little new game plus action. And there is additional unlocks beyond just the sneaking suit and the bandana.
Do you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, you may need to fact check me here because I can never remember the exact order. So after your first playthrough, you get either the camo or the bandana plus a camera, right?
Correct, yes.
And then on your second playthrough, you get nothing?
You presumably, if you get like the bad ending, let's say on your first
right, yes, you would do the other one. Yeah. And then on your third playthrough, you get the tuxedo.
Yes.
So a little bit of sort of 007 homage, I guess.
Very much so.
Get to run around in a black tux with a bow tie. You keep the bandana on, of course, but
yeah. So everything else is basically the same, except that for every subsequent playthrough,
allow yourself to be chained to fate.
You'll have a little tuxedo to wear.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live.
What's this? A Marvel movie? What? We got post-credit scene.
Choose life and then live
entire unit was wiped out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
The world that betrayals never end! He can't keep getting away with this!
More twists and turns than my Apple EarPods. Okay. So that's the end for realsies. What were the little kind of key beats in that?
So,
DARPA Chief didn't die by accident.
yeah. So it's now been revealed. If you recognize that voice there, that was the voice of Revolver Ocelot. And it's just been soft revealed there that he was actually an undercover agent. He was an undercover spy in the terrorist group in Foxhound. He was trying to basically just infiltrate that base, get the Metal Gear data, and then get out of there. That's all that he wanted to do. But when he encounters the DARPA chief is like, "Wait, I know you," and like, Revolver Ocelot goes, "Nope," and just like murks him, just like instantly fries him. Which is why, when it's revealed later on that this master torturer accidentally killed someone, he didn't accidentally kill anyone. He was purposely killing someone who recognized him because he didn't want his cover to be blown.
And the reveal that Liquid wasn't the quote-unquote inferior one. In fact, Snake was. And that there is a third. There is not just Liquid and Solid. There is also Solidus,
who is the third Snake.
Yep.
Which has been revealed to be none other than the President of the United States of America. So, the President of the United States is a clone of Big Boss.
Yes.
One of the Les Enfants Terribles. So that.
Oh, you mean a product of the Super Baby method?
It's a Super Baby method. Yeah. So he's another clone. And he's currently ruling the United States of America. But this also contradicts what Colonel Campbell said. Colonel Campbell said the president had no idea this was going on.
Yes, yeah.
It turns out that the president had even more authority than the Secretary of State. The Secretary of Defense on this. He was behind even more than he was. He was not only orchestrating all the stuff with Metal Gear and was fully in the know of it, but also had infiltrated like the bad guys team as well.
Yeah, Houseman was not working alone, as Colonel believed. Also, there was a reference to a woman being surveilled by Ocelot, something that is not explicitly confirmed either way, but there are a few characters within the team that could perhaps still be in the attention of Solidus and Ocelot. All things that are almost all things that are cleared up in subsequent sequels to this.
Correct.
I got codename Amungus here, and it took us 8 hours and 4 minutes, although that timer will be inaccurate because of the fact that we're working off a save that has a slightly different playtime than the original one.
Although, I think this is actually one of the faster times we've had.
Yeah, because it normally takes me like at least 3 tries for every boss, and at least 70 tries before I hand you the controller for the Rex fight. So yeah.
This has by far been the fastest. So just a brief...
there's nothing more here though, right?
No. Just to briefly explain the mongoose name there, depending on how you perform in the game, depending on how many kills you get, depending on how many times you get spotted, how many rations you use, you get a different code name at the end of the game. So if you basically never get spotted, if you never get any kills, if you basically are just a ghost all the way through, only killing the bare minimum people that you need to, you get special code names. And I think isn't like the code name you get if you just basically perfect the game is just Big Boss. Like you just get called Big Boss.
Yeah, no kills, no game overs, no detections is the Big Boss rank. I got Reclining Rodent, better than Dead Parrot. No, I got Mongoose. And that is the end of Metal Gear. I guess very, very briefly we should just show off the VR training, because it is an area that is very dear to me, I would say.
I have a lot of fun with it.
So there is a section of the game, which I think most people experience probably after they've played the story. Even though it's called training, it's kind of more of an addendum, which is a series of increasingly difficult sort of arcade-style challenges, focused either on stealth or a particular weapon or a particular technique. So the first ones that you unlock are the stealth section, and you've just got to get to the goal as fast as you can. And these are very speedrunnable.
Yes.
They're very, very fun to see how quick you can get through. And they give you a rank based on how well you do. But I think you can only see that after you've played it once, right? Can I have to go back to them to get a better score?
So it will give you a time, and it will give you like a grading based on how well you did. Which I think is pretty cool, particularly for a game of this age to have like a more competitive
Yeah. I love how this looks too. The VR missions have such a good look.
Also, there's actually a little gameplay thing that happens here as well. If you
what was that noise?
If you do VR training before actually playing the main story, Snake has an extra line. He says, thanks to all the VR training I did aboard the sub.
Yeah.
He'll have special lines for you. If you don't do any VR training, it'll just go straight into a briefing.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Snake will be like, "Yeah, I've been like all trained up for this mission."
I really, really love. I mean, we talked about this last time, but I really, really love the attention to detail around things that are completely optional in this game. It is really a level of attention to detail that you don't see in many games.
Very much so. Very much so.
Sorry, I was struggling to type there as I navigated those soldiers.
I feel like the attention to detail on this game is just really good, and I think it's what really helps it be a replayable experience.
Yeah. The VR missions proved to be popular enough that they also got expanded in the second disc. If you remember from the last stream, I showed off my VR missions disc, which was like a post-release sort of expansion. It has a bunch more VR missions, as well as a few other little bonus features. However, I would say it's not a great package. I think it was really cool at the time, and I definitely played a lot of it back then. But recently, we chose to give it a go, didn't we? And play through most of VR missions. And well, whereas these VR missions are really, really well designed and really fun to go back and try and get better at, those ones are not great. They are really not much fun. And there's a lot of just, like, you have to do missions multiple times in a way that you don't ever really have to do in this one. And I forget exactly what was most off-putting about it, but it was not a great experience.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like a particularly fulfilling experience to go through. But I remember, I think there was a time a couple of years ago that it was, myself, you, and Jeff the Pirate, like the guy who played Jeff the Pirate in Deep Space Adventures. We were all hanging out over at mine. Oh, Tom.
Walked a bit too far. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, that's golden. We were all playing over at mine. Like, we were just hanging out, having a couple of drinks, having a good time. And we played the VR missions in, like, the morning, and it was just so much fun.
Yes,
we were all trying to, like, one-up each other's scores. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's like a weirdly sort of... It is a kind of a multiplayer game because it's so short and because there is such a focus on the optimal routes through this. If there was like an online leaderboard version of this, it would be really fun, amazing fun. The other thing that is included on the VR missions disc that is interesting from a technical standpoint is there's a photo mode with very, very high resolution, or high poly count, I should say, versions of a couple of the characters. Which, I mean, if you thought this game looked good already, when they're just having to render one character on screen, they take it to the max, and it is really interesting
genuine.
Little bit of kind of tech exploration.
But that's what I feel like a lot of the VR missions disc is. That it does feel a bit like a tech demo.
That they sold at full price, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm still pleased that it exists.
Me too. I mean, it's worth mentioning that so Metal Gear Solid came out ahead of the rest of the world in Japan, right? So it released first in Japan. And the VR missions disc here doesn't really exist in Japan. There is just a second version of the game called Integral, which is the main game plus the VR disc in one package, as a kind of definitive edition of the game, which I think is a far better deal. The full game plus those extras feels a lot more generous.
Yeah, it's basically Pokemon Emerald in the same way that you have Ruby and Sapphire, like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and Emerald, which is like, I guess, like the definitive version.
Yes,
of,
yeah.
Like, the third gen Pokemon games.
What's the speedy strat here? I forget. It's not that. It's definitely not that.
I think it might be.
Is it? If I'd got the timing right, so he was still looking forward.
Yeah, maybe so.
Arch says, I have a VR headset. Can confirm this is accurate.
Yes, this is what VR looks like. If none of you guys have ever
used
VR, this is exactly what it looks like.
This is actually the metaverse.
Yes. Oh.
Mousey's Cheese Maze VR missions. I did see Chalupa say Mousy Gear Solid earlier, which was very good.
Codename Baby Gamer.
Dallas was asking, is there 1,000 VR missions? There is not, sadly. I think the 4 digits was just a stylistic choice. Oh, almost! Okay, I need to be quicker. I need to throw him, right, rather than punching him.
Yeah. You can throw him.
You can throw them. Which is the X button, I guess. square
It's
on
the
the
square
yeah
button.
X on this controller, but square
Oh,
on the
yeah.
PlayStation. There we go. That was
Yeah,
the timing.
easy.
I
Just flip him.
totally would have made it if I
Whoa!
hadn't hesitated. Okay, one more try, we'll get it.
You got it. Tougher than the ranks fight.
So I think there is 10 I think there is 10 stealth stages, right? This is the
Yeah,
last
and
of
then
the
there's-
stealth stages, then you move on to the weapon stages.
Correct. Whoa! Just like
Ooh,
that!
Snuck in there. Oh, and we got the very excited snake, which means we did very well with our score. Time attack mode. Oh, okay, that's where it unlocks. Yes. Yeah, that's where it unlocks the actual time trial version. So this is a repeat of the missions, which is a bit of a shame here that you have to do the same missions again, but it's way, way worse in the VR missions disc. So this is where it encourages the fastest routes possible. So we won't play through these again. Snake was not pleased about getting worse than third. But yeah, this is where the time trial stuff comes in. So
Yeah.
after you've done it once before. And then you unlock the weapons missions, I guess. Is there anything else on the disc?
Actually, I can't remember whether or not the weapons missions are actually just on the VR missions disc.
Oh, really?
Hang on.
Maybe.
I might-
Yeah.
I might just-
I did see Dallas, I believe, earlier asking who owns Metal Gear Solid and is there an HD remaster? So, most people associate the Metal Gear games with Hideo Kojima, who is the kind of creative director behind the series. It is a Konami game and is still a Konami game. Kojima has since left Konami in a kind of quite a publicized split. So there probably won't be any more Metal Gear games from Kojima. It would be very, very unlikely. There's not an HD remake of this game in the traditional sense. However, there was a weird sort of half remake, half remaster that came to the GameCube called Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. It is a let's say a divisive remake. We did promise that we would talk a little bit about it, but we never did talk about it. So, like, to not keep people too long, but to give a brief summary, what's most people's issue with the Twin Snakes?
So, the Twin Snakes take some really interesting creative liberties. And by interesting creative liberties, I mean not great creative liberties.
Yeah.
The cutscenes are, there's a lot more cutscenes, but they're all very played up. So there's the scene where Snake comes up to the control room in the Metal Gear room, where you got to put in the PAL cards. He like looks past that door and he's like, ugh, Liquid and Ocelot are in there.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than like just like running past the door, he like does like a massive jumping somersault, like a front flip over the door, and he's just like, yeah, that was easy. to just like listen in on them. It feels like such a strange design choice. But it's like during the Vulcan Raven fight, when he's in the tank, he fires a tank shell at you, and like Snake does like a jump, and then like Mario jumps off the tank shell into a backflip.
Yeah. I think in a kind of shorthand way, you would say that it's very anime.
It's incredibly anime.
It's worth noting that the Twin Snakes was in development at the same time as 2. That sound right? I believe it was at the same time as 2. So Kojima wasn't involved in the project much. He was kind of a producer on it. And they brought in quite a famous like stunt coordinator, I guess, to do the new direction for those cutscenes. And they did get way more action movie, way more sort of anime than they are here, which, all things considered, are relatively understated for a game that involves like psychic floating gas mask wearing bosses and giant
cyborg ninjas.
exactly, giant mechs and stuff.
Firing mechs, yeah.
And I think that is part of what makes this one so unique, because as the series goes on, things do get kind of crazier. That balance between a sort of presentation of a game that is about like military operations and things like that, and the kind of fantastical elements, that balance starts to shift more and more as the series goes on in some places. But this one does have a really, I think, kind of
it's almost
delicate,
more grounded.
Delicate balance between those two things. The other thing that people don't like about the Twin Snakes is that you can move the camera around in a way that you can't in this one, where it's a fixed camera. You get you can like shoot in first person and things like that. And the level designs in this game are really designed about that fixed camera angle. And you also get like a tranquilizer gun and things that make the game kind of a bit unbalanced in its difficulty.
It really throws the difficulty balance out.
There are some benefits to it though as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I feel like one of the things that they do that I think they do a good job of is that they change up some of the backtracking stuff. So I touched on this very briefly during the first encounter with Sniper Wolf. When you first encounter Sniper Wolf, you have to, Merrill gets shot and is left out as bait for Snake. So you have to run all the way back to like the tank hangar, go all the way down to the second floor basement, get the PSG-1 sniper rifle, run all the way back through the first snowfield, through the nuclear warhead disposal building, through the freaking wolf cave, and then go fight Sniper Wolf. And that's really frustrating, particularly if you don't actually know that's what you're meant to do. You had to talk to your support team, and they'll direct you on a way, for you to go get the sniper rifle. In the Twin Snakes, they eliminate that entirely. You just leave the Sniper Wolf boss room, and there's a sniper rifle just like propped up against the wall that you can take. But rather than being a lethal sniper rifle, it's a non-lethal one. So it's like a trank rifle sort of thing. And that's like the major improvement, is that I feel like it tries to reduce the amount of backtracking that you do, which is good. My main issue with Twin Snakes, and it's kind of a weird one, and it's certainly a design choice.
I think I know what you're going to say.
They decided to bring on all the original voice cast, and they re-recorded all of their lines. So every single line that's delivered has been re-recorded for the GameCube. And there's a problem with that. And the problem is that they're just bad in places. Like in places like, I don't really think in any one place is it actually better than the original. It felt like such a bizarre game choice. Design choice.
Design choice. Yeah, so I guess this is something that we've talked about a bit before, but my thinking is that they basically just decided the recordings that we have are way too compressed. Like, I'm guessing maybe the original recordings were lost, the original takes, so they only had this compressed audio from the PlayStation. And when contrasted with all of the much higher fidelity sound of the GameCube version, the voices just seemed way too crunchy. So like, okay, let's just re-record it all. And it is amazing that they basically get all of the original cast. There's a couple of characters that changed, but all the key kind of players. I would say the fact that they changed the voice actor for Frank Yeager is unforgivable, because the original performance is very good.
There's actually a weird thing with when they were originally casting. When they were originally casting the game, they only originally casted David Hayter as Snake, and they were just like, "Oh, we'll just rehire for everyone else." And it was like a really, that's a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where David Hayter was like, "Look, just don't pay me. Or either don't pay me or give me reduced pay so you can hire on the other voice actors." And it's one of those things where, David Hayter, this is a series that he really cares about. I think it's probably the thing that he's best associated with nowadays.
Yeah. Also, being
I
the
think
scriptwriter for X-Men 2.
That's true, and X-Men 1 actually. He was
Oh,
the
really?
screenwriter for
Okay.
both of them. Yeah. But it's just one of the things where they very nearly recasted basically everyone. And I feel like it's one of those things where if you didn't have Cam Clark playing as Liquid Snake, it wouldn't have felt right. If you didn't have oh goodness, what's Roy Campbell's voice actor called?
Oh, sorry. I can't think of what his name is right now, actually.
No, I know what his name is. I'm gonna remember this in the middle of the night. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Just quickly, what I thought you were going to say, yeah, I agree, the voice acting in the remake is not better than this.
Paul Iding, sorry.
Paul Iding, yes, that's the one.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was also going to point out that they chose to use they picked a sort of MGS2 style character models, like MGS2 is kind of equivalent, but they all look a little bit off, and it really does not look looking back with the GameCube version now being, wow, I guess like 18 years old, would it be?
Oh,
I guess. I mean, this is like 25 years, is it? How many?
When did the game?
I would have guessed it's 2006, but I might be wrong. No, it must have been earlier than that, 2004. Anyway, yeah, in hindsight, this one looks a million times better because they really...
It came out in 2001.
2001, wow. Yeah, so it would have been exactly this. It was the same year as MGS2 then. Interesting.
Yeah.
Arch says, I usually don't like definitive editions of games. The Persona 4 remaster in particular grinds my gears. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Sometimes the changes that are made to make the remaster happen can really damage the vision or the entire package of a game. And as nice as it is to have 1080p, it's rare that people don't fumble those remasters to some extent.
There'll be something that's a little off.
There are exceptions to the rule, I think, but still, the majority, yeah.
There's actually a weird thing with the codecs, because for the most part, they use the same codec artwork, but I think they must have recreated them in some way because they look near enough identical. But when people are talking, they're sometimes, for lack of a better word, clipping, and sometimes it just doesn't look right in Twin Snakes. So when they were recreating them, it maybe just slipped through the cracks a little bit, because sometimes it looks like people's mouths are clipping into themselves. It's a really
there's some layering issue or something.
Yeah.
Daigo asks, what year did the events of this game take place? I'm pretty sure it's 2005. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. It's mid 2000s. Yeah.
So it came out in 98, and it's based mid 2000s. And
the far future.
Yes, of 2005. And then Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out in 2001, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. I think this will do us. Let's bring the music back up just as we say our goodbyes.
Oh, yeah.
Harrison, thank you very, very much for joining me for these. It has been really nice to get to play this again. It's been really a special thing to be able to share this with people. I think we kind of already talked through our feelings on the game pretty at length in both the conclusion of the first disc and just as we were wrapping up there. But if there's kind of a final thing that you wanted to share with chat, or otherwise we can just close it out.
I think I've basically said all I'd like to say about the game. It's, like I say, it's one of my favorites. And, I can't wait to play it again next year.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, I will probably never get bored of this game. I'm feeling like I'll be able to really confidently move on to medium difficulty going forward as well. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see how that goes.
This was a really great experience. I had a really, really good time. And you know what? Sorry. It was really great having chat along with us.
Yes.
Because it was really great answering questions and just sharing this story with people who either haven't played the game before or haven't played it for a long time. And thank you everyone for joining us. It was really, really great. Thank you so much for joining us for this incredible story.
Beautiful way to close it out. Arch points out that there's 25 hours left of the Dojam. I hope everybody's projects are going well. Don't forget to submit them. I will see you all on Saturday to showcase those games. Daigo says the crane will be back next year. The crane never rests.
The crane never rests. It's
exactly.
The true final boss.
And Mr. O, just to close it out, says, I'm happy I saw most of this game with everyone here. Yeah, I think it's really nice to experience it together too. Okay, let's say our bye-byes and close out the stream. I'm going to have to switch over. I'm using a slightly different setup today, so I'm not as familiar with it. Okay, do you want to do the honors?
I would love to. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope you all have a great evening and have a great day down here in Babytown. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye-bye!
Super baby method. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.